And then are we hitting record? Welcome everyone to the Heat Team call. Tonight we are just so excited and we're going to get right into things. I'm Sandy Abrams-Tabola, one of the national marketing directors on the Heat Team, and really excited because, well, the thing I want to say, I'm not going to tell my story because most of you know it. And those of you who don't, you can find it in the Heat page. But what I do want to say is the thing that excites me more and more about being on our team and on our mission is the lives that we're changing and the potential to change even more lives. And that's very exciting. I do want to say a word about our In It to Win It game. Those of you, maybe we can see a show of hands, those of you who have played the In It to Win It game. Okay, awesome. It helps you touch your business every single day. Would you agree? Yes. And so that is the purpose of it, to change more lives and to help move your business forward and just help you touch your business, contact, no matter, the last time we played it, it was the busiest I had been. I was taking trips, I had company in town, I had conferences, all kinds of things, and I touched my business more than I ever would have, given all of that. And I heard story after story of other people and people whose businesses have been reignited. And so I just want to put a plug in for that. Talk to your national marketing director because we are setting up new teams and we'll start September 4th? September, yeah. Yes. So anyway, we're excited about that. And now, without any further ado, I'm so excited about my friend Brian Roes speaking. I fell in love with him and his wife, hearing them at a boot camp in Branson a couple years back, and where they shared their story. And you will also. So Brian and his wife are national marketing directors with the Juice Plus company. They live in Jacksonville, Florida, and they have 3 children. And Brian had a 15-year career, which he enjoyed as an elementary music and drama teacher. And then thanks to their Juice Plus business, he was able to retire from that position and join his wife full-time. And he's a lifelong learner who is always looking for ways to apply what he learns to help others. And you may not even be aware how he's helped you, but he was part of the brainstorming and the mastermind of the Healthy Living Revolution, the Shred 10 program, and the resources that we all enjoy with those. And of all the benefits of the Juice Plus company, Brian's favorite are the treasured friends around the world that he's made through this business.
Like you.
Brian. Yes.
Oh, thank you so much, Sandy. Thank you. And hi, everyone. It's so great to be here with you tonight. I really appreciate the invitation. Thank you for thinking of me and inviting me to come and share my story and some thoughts with you that might help your business grow. First, I'll start off with a little bit of my story. Sandy mentioned I had a 15-year career as an elementary school music teacher. I'll tell you, that was really, really fun. I had such a blast doing that. I always knew I wanted to be a teacher, and music was just kind of one of the things I was good at. And so it was great. I was a young teacher. I was in my mid-20s, and I had some I guess they were health challenges, and I didn't really know how severe they were at the time. I thought they were kind of normal. I would come home from school every day, but as I was driving home, I would start getting sleepy and like nodding off at the wheel, and I would need to pull over and like find a parking lot and kind of take a power nap. And the first few times when that happened, I just thought it was, no big deal. But over time, it kept happening. And I started to have my energy levels decreasing in the afternoon. Along with that, I also had really bad adult acne, and I had a lot of extra weight that I just could not seem to get rid of. And it was at that point that we heard about Juice Plus. We heard about Juice Plus from our family's pediatrician. Many of you might know her. Her name is Dr. Valerie Miles. She's kind of like a Juice Plus sweetheart. Everybody loves Dr. Valerie Miles. Well, we're like her biggest fans. And we took our 2 babies to her for well checks when they were little. And well, one was a well check, and our newborn had severe eczema and real just sort of mysterious like upset stomach issues. That's what we thought. He was very, very fussy. And Dr. Miles we were asking if he needed like a vitamin or what to do. Our one son was picky and we had these health problems. And she said he doesn't need a vitamin. What he really needs is lots and lots of fruits and vegetables, because that's where the nutrition is. And I'm sorry, I see my screen's kind of changing colors. I thought that was a ceiling fan. Okay. All right. Sorry about that, if that's weird. But she said what he really needs is fruits and vegetables, and Juice Plus was an amazing solution that we could just, take every day, give it to our little boy. And it made a huge difference. For my son with the eczema, that cleared up, the stomach issues went away. My children and my wife have been incredibly healthy. For me, my energy levels were so consistent, and especially in the afternoon, I just love that feeling of walking out of work and actually feeling good for the next, 6, 7, 8 hours of the day, instead of being sluggish and dragging. My adult acne cleared up and I was able to lose that extra weight. So I'm so thankful for Juice Plus. From a business standpoint, this is, Juice Plus has really changed my health. The business has transformed my life. I can't tell you how thankful I am that this is a product that normal people, people like me, I'm like a music teacher, that we get to share, and we get to build businesses, and we get to really create a future and an income for our families. I'm so thankful for the way that this business is set up. When we heard about Juice Plus, we didn't know that there was a business. I just thought that we would get Juice Plus from our doctor, right, from her little store in her clinic. But when we found out that there was a business, it was like the perfect thing at the perfect time for us. Because in our mid-20s, my wife Deanne and I, we had this like serious condition that affects a lot of 20-year-olds, and it was called broke. Like, we were so broke. I used to think that living paycheck to paycheck would be a dream come true because our paycheck did not reach to the next paycheck. I remember going to the grocery store and, wondering if the card's going to work and figuring out which credit card to pay for the groceries. I mean, it was awful. And just the stress of that, the stress on our marriage, the stress that it put on, on our family was horrible. I mean, maybe some of you have been there and you can relate to that. So when we found out that there was this easy, simple business where we just got to share our story and share fruits and vegetables with people. I mean, who doesn't need more fruits and vegetables, right? So it totally made sense. And we were able to our first goal was to make $400. Now, to us, that seemed like $1 million. But when we made that $400, it showed me that this is a real business. Like, it really worked, and it built my confidence, and it allowed us to buy our groceries without, Mr. Visa card or whatever. And we just kind of kept doing the same thing over and over. I'll tell you a little bit tonight on the call about what exactly you do with a Juice Plus business, what's entailed with it. But we just did the same thing over and over, and our paycheck kept going up, and our level of friendships kept going up, and our level of fun kept going up. I mean, every area of our life was increasing because of this business. And I just can't tell you how exciting it was to go through that journey. So fast forward, about 1.5 years ago, our income had replaced my wife's income as a hairdresser. It had surpassed my income as a music teacher with a master's degree. And we had reached the national marketing director position of the company. So we got this amazing benefits package. I mean, guys, the health insurance it'll blow your mind. It is such incredible insurance. And we made the decision that I came home from work. So I loved teaching, but it was kind of time to do something new. I was kind of ready to move on. And so we came home, and now Deanne and I get to work Juice Plus together. So that's my story, and it's just exciting because even since then, more exciting things keep happening. Every day I wake up and I wonder who I'm going to get to meet today, what I'm going to get to do. I love the variety of our business as well. So I want to talk to you all tonight about, from a man's perspective, about this business. Now, there's a lot of wonderful women in the Juice Plus company, and it's not every day you get to hear from a man that really has been working this business for such a long time, and for a total of 12 years for my wife and I together. We've always built this business arm in arm. But I recognize not everybody does. So a lot of times spouses play different roles. Sometimes if a wife starts a business, the spouse might not be in favor of it. Okay, they might not want it to infringe on their family life, which I totally understand. Sometimes one spouse will start the business and the other spouse will be supportive but not super involved, but yet they're supportive. And then sometimes the it gets more and more involved, and sometimes it's just totally equal, both couples working together. So with that said, and by spouse, I mean partner as well. You understand, I'm talking about any type of really strong relationship where you're really working together and have that strong bond. So I want to share with you tonight about what it would look like from the standpoint of a supportive spouse, but also from the standpoint of somebody that really is committed to building a business arm in arm together with their spouse as well. So with our company, there's 6 things that you do. Okay, 6 things. Number 1, we get customers. Without customers, there's no business. So that's first and foremost. Number 2, we keep our customers. Number 3, we grow a team. We attract team members. Number 4, we keep the team members. So we get customers, keep customers, get team members, keep team members. The 5th thing is that we expand our influence. So we make more friendships, more relationships. And then the last thing, number 6, is we grow and develop in those top 5 areas. So we get better. We're lifelong learners with this, right? So I want to take you through a few of these steps and tell you some tips, some tricks, and the way that it kind of works for me, some lessons that I've learned. First of all, building your customer base, getting customers. I think it's important to look for people who are already investing in their health. You know, when somebody makes that first decision that they're going to take their hard-earned money and invest in their health, they're going to put it somewhere. And the studies are really clear, like the surveys and the research that they've done. If someone puts their income towards a wellness type investment, if that wellness investment doesn't work out for them, they're going to reinvest their money in a different avenue for wellness. And if we look for people who are already investing in their health, it'll be an easy conversation to share with Juice Plus. Now, not everybody is there yet. So sometimes we have to, we have to ask a lot of questions and find out why this might be a good fit for people. But understand that if somebody's already investing in their health, that's someone that you can really share with confidence with Juice Plus, because they might redirect some of their income towards Juice Plus and having that come into their family, because it makes perfect sense, right? Another thing is that I feel it's so important to live the mission. You know, we have to live a healthy lifestyle. Our mission is to inspire healthy living around the world. We have to live a healthy lifestyle, but that does not mean that you need to go over the deep end. We still have to be relatable. We still have to be someone that people feel comfortable around. I don't want to be the person that walks into the family picnic and everyone like hides their plate of food because they don't want to see see them like eating a piece of pie or whatever. So be relaxed, kind of like lay off. You can live your amazing healthy lifestyle, but you don't need to be dogmatic about it. Our message is that people don't eat enough fruits and vegetables, and we can help them. That's our message. And if you keep it simple like that, you're going to have a lot of success with helping your customer base grow. The next topic is keeping customers. So once somebody's really interested in Juice Plus, how do you keep them? Well, I think it's so important to get to know them really well at the beginning. We have a wonderful survey called the Juice Plus Customer Profile, and I'm sure your upline can show you where that is for your team. But that survey, to me, it's so great because it asks questions at the very beginning, like, why are you getting started on your Juice Plus? What are you expecting from this? If one dream came true that Juice Plus could do for you, what would it be? And also questions like, where are you planning on putting your Juice Plus capsules? Do you have a place where you'll remember to take them? Because if somebody hides it in a closet, they might forget, so we want to find out where they're going to put it. You could suggest like by the coffee maker or near their toothbrush or in their purse or on their desk at work or something like that where it's visual. So by having this conversation at the beginning of their customer journey, you really get to know them and help them on that track. I firmly believe that every single customer deserves a 3-way call with you and somebody else to share their story. It's part of the customer experience. If I have a brand new customer, I will go through this process with them, get them started, make sure they got their Juice Plus, that they're taking it okay. And around the 30-day mark, I will do a 3-way call with my customer and either a sponsor or a sideline friend or a teammate. I'll do a 3-way call because I want them to have their own decision validated by somebody other than me. And if they can hear somebody else's story on that 3-way call, it will just lock in that decision, and they will take their Juice Plus. They will not skip days. And chances are something in that conversation will spark the idea that maybe they could share Juice Plus as well. So totally get them on a 3-way call. Never, 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 never let a shipment go out without them knowing about it. You really have to stay on top of the reships. Keep track of it. I have a video in your upline also can show you this. You can print off a list from your virtual office of your customers and sort them by the date that the orders are going to ship. So usually at the beginning of every month, I print that off. And so I like paper. I'm a computer guy, but I like paper for most things. And I just keep track of it like that. So you can also use the virtual office and the alerts. And when somebody gets their second or their third box of Juice Plus, they've just shown you that they are now a true customer. The first 4 months, it's an experiment. The second 4 months or the third 4 months after that, it's a firm decision that they're going to become customers. And so I like to send them a little gift. Deanna and I usually do like a Starbucks gift card or an Amazon gift card, something small that we can just put into a card. And we send them a thank you card, just congratulating them, thanking them for for being a customer. And that really means a lot to them as well. Now, moving on, building your team. So we get customers, we keep customers, we build team, and we keep team members. So we're going to talk about building a team. I like to look, just like when I'm searching for customers, I look for people already investing in their health. I like to look for people who are entrepreneurial, people that have that little spark inside of them that says, hey, there's more than just this 9-to-5 job. Like I have a side gig, or I want a side gig. I'm looking for people like that. And so a good question to ask in conversation is something like, hey, what books have you been reading lately? What have you been learning about lately? And if somebody shows you, like if they mention that they've been reading some sort of a leadership book or a business book or a personal development book, they would be great people to invite to some sort of an event where they could learn more about the business. You could also, when somebody asks you, what do you do? Now, I used to hate this question. I would avoid whole conversations because I didn't want people to ask me what I did because I didn't really know what to say. Oh, fruits and vegetables in capsules, it's awesome. Or do I like shrink back and say, oh, I'm a music teacher? So I didn't really know. But as a guy, I came up with the best line, and you're going to love this. So write this down. When somebody asks me what I do, this now it's different because now I'm doing only Juice Plus. But when I had my main job and I was doing Juice Plus on the side, I would answer like this. I would say, oh, do you mean my job or do you mean the franchise that I own? Oh, is that not brilliant? Do you mean my job or do you mean the franchise that I own? So either way, it's a brilliant response because if they say your job, they know you own a franchise, and that's really interesting. But chances are they'll say, oh, well, what's your job? But you own a franchise? That's cool. What's that all about? So I love that answer. It's just a really neat way to open up the conversation. And it frames Juice Plus for what it is, which is a franchise. This is a franchise that we can do, and we can help other people start their own franchises also. I recommend to build your team members, I recommend going in and liking a lot of joining a lot of groups where there's like-minded people. You have to get out there on social media and meet people, especially if you've talked to a lot of the people that you see on a normal daily basis. So get into some groups, get some relationships going. I also, you could also go check out some networking groups. BNI is a good one. It's kind of a big time commitment, but you do meet a lot of cool people there. But really, when you're on social media, just look for something that you can do to connect with strangers. I've gone on before, and I guess I wrote BNI in my notes. So I go and I like the local BNI chapters around my area, and they're always posting, congratulations, so-and-so just joined our BNI or whatever. And I'll go in and I'll comment and I'll just say, hey, congratulations. It looks like a really cool business. Hey, tell me a little bit more, what are your services? And I strike up conversations with business owners and entrepreneurs that are looking to network. I mean, they're going to BNI because they like to network with people. And hey, I like to network with people too. So that's a great place to start up some cool new conversations. And when you join these groups, just a little trick, I recommend that you bookmark the actual URL of each of those groups and put it in a folder, a bookmarks folder. So like every single day, I have like 12 groups that I go in and I check out and I comment and I participate in on social media. It's part of my DMO. I have all of those groups bookmarked, so I don't need to go and like type in the name of the group and search for it. I can just click and that group pops up, I interact. Click on the next bookmark, the next one pops up. So that's a little trick for you. Okay, now tips for keeping your team and really like developing them and helping them. I think it's really important to find out when you have a new team member, find out two things. What's their target for this? Like, what are they really wanting to get out of the business? That's the first thing. And what's the pace that they can see themselves going at? Some people are gung-ho and they're like, hey, I'm blocking out 5 hours a day after work to do this business. And other people are more like 20 minutes a day or 15 minutes during lunch. So you need to know like what their pace is and what they want so that you can help them understand how long it's going to take them to reach their target. If somebody's goal is to make $500 a month, I'd say, yeah, if you're putting 5 hours in a day, if you really put that as high paying activity, you can do that in a month or two. Like you really can. You can get a strong self-qualified business within a few months, which is about $500. If they're expecting that and they're only doing 15 minutes during their lunch break, it might be a little unrealistic. So you do have to help them balance that expectation with reality based on your experience. I think it's incredibly important that they know how to share information with other people. So the art of asking good questions. How do I share a video with someone? I train our team. Well, first of all, I let them know where the video resources are. Sometimes it's hard to find one. So we kind of have just a favorite go-to that each person chooses. And we teach them to ask questions and how to share their story, how to ask the question, if I sent you a video, would you watch it? Would you like to learn more? And then how to follow up, how to set an appointment and follow up. So you have to teach that to new team members. And then how to ask people if they're ready to get started. Like I literally, with new team members, we practice. I'm like, say this after me. Would you like to get started? Like we have to get those words out of the mouth because so many times you give them all this information and they're like, I love Juice Plus. And then, so how are the kids? You have to ask to get started. So teach team members how to do that. Let's see. I have a few notes here too. I want to make sure I'm not really missing anything. Let your team members know that generally, if people are watching a video, like generally, most of the time, that won't be enough to have them decide to place an order. Sometimes they watch one video and they're ready to give you their credit card information. In general, it's more exposures than that, 4, 5, 6 exposures. So let your team know that when they share that video, that it's like exposure number 1. And if they get a customer right away, then you can count that as like a huge bonus. But sometimes, most often, it does take a little bit longer. And that's good for them to know going in so they're not disappointed. I also, personally, when I have a new team member for the first maybe 6 weeks to 8 weeks, I stay in touch with them almost every day. We use Voxer, and I get their permission. Would it be okay with you if I stayed in touch with you on a daily basis or most days? Not because I'm trying to like monitor your progress. I'm not your boss. I'm not your supervisor. It's not for accountability, but really it's to just help bring clarity and focus to that new franchisee. So when I get in touch with new distributors, I ask them questions like, so what's going on today? Like, what are you going to do to move your business forward? Are there any cool conversations that you're excited to have with people? I help bring focus to their activity, and that's really helpful as well. I also think it's important in the beginning to start designing their team together with them. Ask your new team members who they would like to work with. You know, who are your dream team members? Who are people who you just admire and respect? And jot those down, write down those names, and figure out what you're going to do together to reach out to that person. My team has begun doing launch Zoom calls for brand new distributors. Like we used to do this with conference calls, back before Zoom was around. But it's really great. It's like we schedule a couple of Zoom calls, and our newest distributors they figure out their stories. They get their stories written down and practiced, and they go and they invite family and friends to come to this call. And when they invite, we tell them, listen, we're not going to try to sell you anything. You don't need your credit card. We're just excited about our business, and we want to share with you why we're excited. We want to share some really cool stories about what our company's doing, and we want to talk about the mission of our company, the goals that we have with our company. When it means so much to have the support of family and friends. So I'd love for you to just come and be a part of this. Would you come? Would you come if I sent you the invitation? And we've been having great responses from that as well. So I love, the whole Zoom call idea for launching new people is great. Now, if you are, let me speak in terms of husbands and wives here, just for simplicity's sake. If you are a husband and your wife is doing the business, the Juice Plus business, what is your role if you want to be a supportive husband? So you don't really want to go like, gung-ho like she is right now. That's totally fine. But what can your role look like so you're supporting her and really helping her? I have 4 things that I think supportive husbands can do that can really, really help their wives. And this goes true for, even when there's husbands and wives working together, But I think it's important, number 1, to take your Juice Plus, like swallow the capsules, help your health, be a product of the product, like take your own Juice Plus and take it with you as well. If you have a desk job, take your Juice Plus with you and put it out on your desk. And don't be afraid if somebody asks what it is, you can just say, you know what? My wife makes me take it. It's fruits and vegetables in capsules. I don't know a whole lot about it, but I'm really healthy. And if you'd like, I can have her shoot you an email or give you a call if you want to learn more. I don't know much about it. I mean, you can totally play dumb, but make it visible because you have a circle of people around you that your spouse doesn't see on a regular basis, and you can help expand influence. Remember, that's number 5, expand your influence. So you can help with that. So the second thing, so take your Juice Plus and take it with you. That's number 1. The second thing that you can do as a supportive spouse is to show up at events. Go with your spouse to that Super Saturday or that regional. Be on the Zoom call with them. I mean, you can sit next to them and watch these together. It means a lot when you're there and you're present. The third way that you can be supportive is to show complete confidence in your wife. Husbands, show complete confidence in your wife. And it ties in with the last one, which is to be a voice validating that this business really does create income. Now, if your spouse has made over $50, then they've made a profit because it's $50 to join. So as long as they made over $50, you can say, this business creates income. This business really works. What Deanne and I like to do when we're starting new distributors, generally she's the one that does the welcome calls. It's just kind of the niche that she's fallen into. So when she does the welcome calls with people, I'll be there and she'll, introduce herself and whatever, and they're talking. And then she'll say, oh, my husband's right here. This is my husband, Brian. He just wants to say hi for a second. And I'll pop over and I'll just, say, hey, listen, I want to welcome you. Welcome to the business. I'm Brian. I want you to know I really love Juice Plus. It's awesome. And, you need to know too, my wife is really, really good at what she does. So you're in good hands. If you do what she says, I have no doubt you're going to be successful with this. And you also should know that this is a truly legit business. Like, you can make income with this. I've seen it in our own family, and it's really exciting. So thanks for joining. You're going to love it, and I'll see you later. So and then I leave. And just that little burst of energy from me coming into that conversation as her spouse, it builds that confidence so much. It builds the confidence in my wife. It builds the confidence in this marketing plan, in this business, because it's that third party validation, right? So I think that's important as well. At this point, I just want to let you guys know, wherever you're at in this journey, if you're a married couple and you're trying to kind of figure out how it works, with the balance, just keep working on it, communicate, and really just try it out. Deanne and I don't know, probably every married couple who's built a business has gone through this. We've gone through times when I'm really up and she's down, and she's up and I'm down. And luckily there haven't been too many times when we're both down. Usually it's, one or the other. But it takes a team, and it takes real good communication. And I can tell you all that this business has done more for our marriage in a positive way than anything else in our entire life, apart from spiritual things or having children. There is nothing else that has drawn us closer together in our marriage and our relationship than this business, other than spiritual things and our children. And if you are, excited by that and inspired by that, then maybe consider getting a little bit more involved. Maybe consider coming to our conference in Indianapolis with your spouse. I mean, that would be absolutely incredible. Maybe consider coming to a local event, or getting on a phone call and talking to somebody in their upline and just saying, hey, help me figure this out. Paint this vision for me. How can I be a little bit more involved? Whatever that looks like, it's no pressure. I mean, you can do it however you want, but I'll tell you, it's a whole lot of fun. So I'm going to turn it over to you, Sandy.
Brian, thank you so much. I was taking notes. I got so much out of it, and I know everyone else did too. And some of us will want to watch it again and show it to our husbands. I was getting messages from my team. Will this be recorded? I want my husband to listen to it. So absolutely. Thank you so much, Brian. And thank you, everyone. I'm going to have you take yourselves off mute so we can tell Brian thank you and goodbye. And thank you, everyone, for your time. Thank you so much, Brian.
Thanks, Brian.
Thank you, Brian.
Thank you
so much.
Very good.
Thank you, Brian.
Bye.
Thank you, everyone. It's my pleasure. Thanks for getting on.